Well, the start of spring has been cold and wet, and one reason is a developing El Nino pattern.
News 18's Amber Hardwick explains what El Nino is and how the pattern can slow down planting season for local farmers.
It has been a cool and soggy start to spring, and the early stages of a weak El Nino pattern is one contributing factor. El Nino occurs in the Pacific Ocean. It happens when warm waters near Australia travel toward the northwest coast of South America, where cooler water is typically located. Then cool water moves back toward Australia. According to a Purdue News release, Indiana State climatologist Dev Nyogi says it can cause variability in weather patterns during the transition period. The Climate Prediction Center released an April outlook showing above normal precipitation into the first part of April and temperatures trending below average through the month, weather that can potentially delay planting for area farmers.
We're still faced with these wet conditions and cold conditions and the inability to get out into these fields. There's a lot more field work than normal that needs to get done at this point in time.
Field work that farmers could not get done because of wet conditions last fall. Purdue Corn Extension Specialist Bob Nielsen says the growers typically take this time to prepare for planting, but they are facing more obstacles.
For a lot of growers, they not only are worrying about when they're going to plant, but they also have some tillage yet to do before they can even begin to think. So that's what makes it a little more problematic maybe at the moment.
Nielsen says farmers are waiting for the soil to dry and temperatures to warm up. He says having a late start to the season may result in a time crunch when it's time to plant, but says it does not necessarily mean less yield at the end of the year.
And last year was a good example. Statewide, corn and soybean planting got off to a delayed start, and yet we ended up with record crops on both of those.
Nielsen says farmers will be ready to hit the fields when the weather shapes up and the time is right. Amber Hardwick, News